Someone's spirit is someone's essence. So that the feeling that you have around them, that's a part of their spirit, okay? There are characteristics of spirit, right? And so when we attach to somebody by intimacy, those characteristics can sometimes get attached to us. And then we then take them to the next individual and next people when, if that person is not somebody who we want in our lives, why would we want them in other people's lives? So it's important to detach when you actually leave someone alone, because everyone deserves clean air from you to start with. You don't know these new people that are coming into your life, and they all deserve clean, fresh air from you. So detaching from anyone from your past is being considerate to whoever is coming in the future. It is also being considerate to yourself, because you don't want your spirit being muddied by someone else's when you're trying to do this thing with God. When you want to be alone with God, you don't want to take in someone else's essence. And even if they claim to love God or have God at the center of their life, sometimes they have God all the way messed up, and it could affect your foundation in God. Technically, we know that God works everything out for our good at the end of the day, right? We know that. We know that in our hearts, in our minds, we know God works everything out for our good. Logically, we should keep God in the center of our lives, in the center of our attention, is good for you. When we connect with someone intimately, we may not even realize it, but we're considering them, sometimes in the place of God. When you're not intimately invested in God because you're intimately invested in someone else, your foundation can become rocky and unstable, insecure. So how to detach from someone is going to require a lot of breath work, a lot of breathing, and using your expanded lungs. It's going to require a lot of that. And then a lot of people feel differently about prayer, I know, but prayer is very helpful in this. If you're really trying to detach from somebody properly, prayer really, really does help. Because it can sometimes feel good when you pray about somebody when you're missing them, or whenever you think about what's hurting them or holding them back, and you want to do something. You personally want to invest in that direction, and you want to help, but it's not your job, it's God. So it helps to pray during this time. From personal experience, whenever I've gone through something like this, and you can detach often. You probably should detach often and be doing this over and over and over again with God. But from my personal experience, I've realized that God is very gentle with me during this time, because it can be very trying, depending on how much heart you had for someone. So for me, I've noticed that God is very gentle with me during this time. He's not going to push you too fast to get this done faster than what you can do. And it does have to be a you and him kind of thing. You can't just do this by yourself, not properly anyway. And some people may even be heartbroken, trying to do this, and that's extremely hard to do. So at that time, I would lean into God and make sure that he's the one that's filling you where you are being emptied of this other person. Make sure that your heart is being filled by God after the breakup or detachment or whatever, so that you're not taking in pollution to then birth into the world. You see what I'm saying? I'm actually pretty frustrated with God right now, but I do know that this message is more important than my feelings or what I'm going through right now. It's so much more important, because I think people, what they're trying to do is take that next person into the future with them, and it's not good for the betterment of humanity, really. You should want your spirit to be fresh, to be clear, to be clean with you and God. You should not want it muddied with a bunch of people. And you're not realizing that you're not letting these people go properly, and they're muddying you up, which are then muddying up the other people. You're becoming who you say you don't like. It's important to get alone with God and do this because you need to clear out the yuck. Okay? I love you guys so much, and God does too. Remember that. Bye.